There's different levels of content. This is going to sound a little bit abstract, but just stick with me for a second. Because there's the notes you just wrote down, the lessons you just got. But we've been doing a bunch of activities, and each activity's had a little bit of a theme. There's kind of been some kind of explanation, then the game, and then a bit of a processing debriefy thing afterwards. Have you noticed that? Yeah. So it's kind of like make a plan, then we go do it, and then we reflect. I reckon that one of the most this is kind of off topic, but I asked Dale permission to share it because I think it's cool. One of the most underutilized kind of skills in business is reflection, is debriefing your own business. And so I've got this little tool. I use it all the time in my business, me and my virtual assistant. Anytime I do an event, anytime we have a sales presentation that, to a group, anytime we try any project and it either kills it or it's okay or it bombs, we run this little debrief process. It takes about 3 minutes for me to teach it to you. I think it'd be a really good gift to show you how to reflect and kind of debrief your own business. Would that be okay? Yeah. Okay. So new sheet of paper. And I think it was Tony Robbins said that all thinking is just asking and answering questions. So I'm just going to show you the 4 questions to ask in the order, and then we should be kind of good to go. So just grab your sheet of paper and I want you to quadrant it up like that. And you're going to start top left and we're going to go around clockwise, okay? Oh, actually, no, that's not even true. That's a complete lie. We're going to do it in this order. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, first question is, what worked? So anytime we debrief, the event goes, you don't want to start on, it sucked. What worked is a good place to start because you want to embed the lessons and the wins. Is this making sense? You with me? Yeah. So first question you ask is, what worked? And you're just going to, you and your team or you by yourself, just make notes just like you did just before. What worked? Everything that worked really well. You want to pat yourself on the back because that's a job well done. If the first question is what worked, what do you think the second question might be? What didn't? Exactly. And here you're just bringing yourself awareness. It's not about changing stuff, it's just about getting it out of your head and onto a document. Now the third question is this. Sometimes something little will happen that didn't go that great, but it was like a one-off. And if you obsess about systemizing everything, imagine if in this game when I was pre-framing it up front, telling you about the string and the ring, and by the way, if you're walking down there and a guy with a parachute comes past, I want you to duck, step 3 steps to the left and let him shuffle past. That would be a complete waste of time because the chances are the parachute guy's not going to come every time, right? So you don't want to manage all of the tiny exceptions. So you're looking for patterns. If something happens again and again and again, that's worth fixing. Agreed? But if it's just once, just be Fijian and be cool with it. Is that cool? So the question you want to ask is, what are the patterns? So what are the patterns? And if you want to do a little extra bit under that, what can we learn? In other words, what's happening again and again and again, and what's the cause, yeah? So here you're looking for stuff that's coming up again and again that you want to fix. And so the last question is how can we correct? How can we... Sorry about my writing, I'll try to write bigger. On the last word, that's really helpful, isn't it? How can we correct? So what worked? What didn't? What are the patterns? How can we correct? Every time we run an event or we do anything kind of major, a new project, me and my assistant will have that little conversation. And the way I suggest you run it with your team is you get them to draw the thing up, you explain how it's going to work, and you give them a couple of minutes to fill in the top 2 by themselves. You discuss it then afterwards. For part 3, that's conversation, and part 4 is definitely about conversation. Is that helpful?